Welcome to Subramani. I've been asked this question, how to clean my investment portfolio consisting of art funds, real estate, both residential and commercial, REIT, InvIT, direct equity, equity mutual funds, hybrid funds, bank fixed deposits, gold and gold funds. What should be the consideration? I don't know the profile of this person, but I know two people in their 70s or almost 70s, 69 and 70, who have all this in their portfolio, and they think that they need not do anything about it because somebody else will take care of it. Then I spoke to the spouse of one of the persons, and she was a professor in a music college. She understands music, she understands art. She does not understand anything other than that, and she believes she's got adequate money to live, which is true. Both of these people are with net worth in excess of 30-35 crores, and they don't have that kind of a lifestyle. But let's start by saying, what does cleaning your portfolio mean? Cleaning, I think, means reviewing, reorganizing, and optimizing your investments to align with your financial goals, risk tolerance, current market conditions, and the ability for the inheriting person to handle, right? It's not that you're managing an endowment fund. If I were managing an endowment fund, I know that there's a team which takes care of it. But if I'm managing my own money, I know that after my death, let us say my children are not interested in managing the money, which means my wife has to manage the money, and I have to make sure that I keep the portfolio reasonably simple for her to want to manage it. It is not about whether she can manage it. The question is whether she will manage it, right? So, assuming the wife who is not managing dies first, then it is simpler, because then the husband just has to make sure that he is there to manage till the end of his life, and then it is up to him. But if the person who is left is the person who was not managing, then it is going to be a problem. So there are many things to do. One is the spouse, husband and wife, both should be paying utility and society bills and all those bills, right? Utility bills, maybe some insurance, whatever. Both should know how to pay, both should know where the documents are. In some cases only the husband knows, and in some cases only the wife knows. I know both. I know such cases, both cases. I know one where the wife does everything, where the husband doesn't know where things are kept. Another case where the husband does everything and the wife has no clue how much is even their net worth, right? And she can be wrong by a dramatic mile. So after this, when you're reviewing your portfolio, this is from the administrative point of view. Well, you also see how to, whether the current asset allocation is right. If you review your portfolio every year, maybe you shift 1% from equity to debt, if that's good enough. So from 70, let's say at the age of 70, you are something like 70% in equity, which is not what you want to be. At 71, you can always go to 69, 68, 67. Every year transfer 1%, or when there is a boom, transfer 5% to your bucket theory, to bucket number 1, bucket 2, or bucket number 3. I mean, large years shifting from bucket number 3 to bucket number 1 or bucket number 2. So keep doing something like that, so you restore your desired asset allocation. Last 2-3 years, gold has gone through the roof, but so has equity. Indian equity, Japanese equity, Chinese equity have gone through the roof. American equity has not done so well, but it has also done well, right? It has also gone up. So eliminate the underperformers, reduce the redundancy, and minimize costs like, say, taxes. See if you can gift some away to your father, mother, children, whatever, depending on the tax slabs at which you are. For a diverse portfolio like what this person is saying, which has got real estate, REIT, InvITs, equities, etc., see whether you need such a big variety. If your wife does not understand REITs and InvITs, I'm assuming it's a male asking this question, then ask her if she's interested in managing such a diversified portfolio. Sit with her and check out what you want and what you don't want. And ensure the process ensures diversification, risk management, improve the long-term return post-tax, right? Annually you do your reallocation, pay 12.5% tax. So what are the steps needed to clean your portfolio? Assess your current holdings, list all assets, values, your NSDL statement, your ULIPs, if any, your insurance, etc., right? Your PF balance, everything, all that is your assets. Calculate your overall asset allocation. Maybe you want to be 40% in equities, 20% real estate, and 15% fixed income, right? I don't see any gold here, but maybe some gold also, 5%, so coming out of equity. Maybe you're happy, you're 70 years of age, and you want 35% in equity, which should be sufficient. 5-10% in gold, some real estate, and balance in fixed income like bank fixed deposits, right? Use tools like spreadsheets, Excel, whatever to do this. There are apps available, so you could use the apps. Sit with a consultant in case you don't know how to do it yourself. Now redefine your goals and risk profile. Now if you're 35, your goals may have changed, your risk profile may have changed, your wife may be pregnant, so you have one kid in school and the second kid on its way, so your wife may not work for the next 3 years, so strategically you may want to keep more money in fixed income for the next 3 years, maybe in your wife's name, because she's not going to have much of a taxable income, so the tax portion comes into it, right? So do all that, define your goals, define your risk profile. Maybe you need to have more cash balance because your parents don't have much cash balance and they are now in their 70s or 80s, so you may want to carry more cash. So think of all this. So redo your goals and risk profile. Then evaluate performance and quality. You may have got 27% return in a small cap fund and you're very happy saying small cap fund has given me such fantastic return. Do understand that the volatility is high in small cap funds, and among the small cap funds maybe your fund is the 17th or 18th. Just check why it is not in the top 5, top 7, whatever. So if you have to reallocate, but please understand while reallocating, for whatever reason, for immediate past performance or whatever, you're still going to pay 12.5% unhedged tax, right? You're going to pay tax on the total gain. So that's not something small. So think about all this before reallocating. Execute the changes which have to be made. Decide also how frequently you will sit and do this exercise with your wife and with your advisor, which could be threshold based, saying, okay, I've already reached 40% in equity, I don't want to be that much, I want to be only 35% or 30%. Then you might get some opportunity saying, oh my god, gold is going up, silver is going up. Maybe 2 years back I started putting money in gold, maybe 4 years back, which was an SIP in the World Gold Fund, and it's given some sensational 42% kind of CAGR. Never expected that. Similarly, there could be gold and silver in your multi-asset funds. So make sure that your overall asset allocation takes care of all that, and then look for some opportunities during market volatility. During a bad market when everybody is writing off would be the best time perhaps to buy. So for that you need to have some cash, but make sure that you're not taking emotional decisions, right? Then sit and execute the changes. Sit with your spouse, financial advisor, whoever, and prioritize and sit and execute. Then you'll have to repeat and monitor and repeat. Sit with your children if you want to teach them how the whole thing is to be done. What are the key considerations you must do as your age also increases? From the age of 30 to maybe the age of 50, your asset allocation may not change much. But from your age of 70 till the age of 90, you may want to reduce your equity portfolio because you don't need to be in equity. You have adequate other income, right? You've got enough income from your annuities, your pension, your interest, right? So you don't really need to reallocate your assets, but you may want to do it, right? So sit there, check out your diversification, see whether you're happy with that, or go ahead and achieve it. Reduce the volatility in your portfolio as your age increases. I'm not talking about risk. Reduce volatility if you can't take the volatility. Now suppose you need 3 crores for retirement and you have 15 crores, then really bother only about some core 2-3 crores, and the balance you ask your progeny, your spouse or your grandchildren, whoever is going to take care of it. Make sure that they understand what you're doing. Also, if you're getting older, it may be a great time to give away some of the money, but that's for a different video. Make sure that you have adequate liquidity available. Real estate is not a great place to say, oh, I can always sell a house. You can't sell a house. It takes 2 years to sell a house if you have prefixed notions of what price you should get. And then you compromise because saying, "Arey, 2 saal se I could not sell, so let me sell at any price," right? So that happens. So liquidity and real estate don't go hand in hand. Find out the costs and fees, transaction costs, some of your old money stuck at old rates. See whether you can reprice them. Taxes, worry about short-term capital gains and long-term capital gains before you do all this. And I would think if you are older, if you're an elderly person, 70 or 70 plus, consider the use of a professional advice, because if it's a complex portfolio, consider a registered advisor so that you reduce the bias and errors. I mean, if somebody looks at my portfolio, look at my age and say, why the hell are you 97% in equity? But that's how I am, and I'm sure I have a counterpart who's got 97% in real estate. Maybe both of us are happy, and maybe there is somebody who's got 100% in debt. I know people my age with maybe 90% plus in debt and maybe just 10% in equity. Right, all kinds of people I see. So what should be your evaluation matrix for real estate? Look for good rental yield, property appreciation, location, quality, and answer one question. Are you going to run around looking for a tenant? Are you going to run around chasing a tenant for payment? Right? Do you want to do all that? Attend those boring society meetings. You'll have to do all that as an owner, giving real estate landowner, right? So you may have to do all that. Sell performing properties, and I would think if you're 70, just get rid of all properties other than the one in which you're staying, because managing rental properties is a full-time job which some youngster may be able to do, but I don't know whether you want to run around from place to place, paying society charges, doing all those things. Sometimes some things have to be done offline. Online, then it's not a problem. So check out all that. Remember, real estate is illiquid. Transaction costs like stamp duty, etc., really add up to quite a bit in terms of costs. Long-term capital gain luckily has indexation, and you can also buy another real estate, but at some stage you have to take the bullet and just pay the taxes and come out of it. REITs, check out for the distribution. 90% must be distributed. In India, some REITs are available at reasonably good yields, so check that out. Exit if management fees is too high, and diversify across office and retail REITs. InvITs, which are toll concessions, etc. Trim if infrastructure projects are facing delays, because next time the yields will go down. Mutual fund, again, returns versus benchmark. See where you are ranking wise. Bank fixed deposit, shift to better quality banks, because interest rates are not very different between the best bank and the worst bank. So shift to the best bank where you can safely sleep in the night. Right? Broad views. Take your call. Thank you.